The 2016 election will have a significant impact on Utah's public employees. It has never been more critical for UPEA to be part of the political process. In Utah, political parties choose their nominees with a unique process called the caucus and convention system. Through this political process, the voice of the people is heard on a local level. If you want to help decide whose name appears on your ballot this November, you need to mark Caucus Night, March 22nd on your calendar. Here's how the caucus and convention system works. Every Utahn lives in a voting precinct. Precinct is a geographic boundary mostly consisting of your neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods. Before an election, a neighborhood caucus is held where delegates are selected for the state convention. There are roughly 4,000 delegates selected from across the state to attend the state convention. At the state convention, the delegates vote for the candidate they support. If a candidate wins the support of 60% of the delegates at the convention, they avoid a primary election and go directly to the general election in November. If no candidate gets 60%, the top two candidates go to a primary election scheduled for June 28th. So being a delegate is an important step to help candidates you want to see elected. It's important to remember there are two types of delegates, state delegates and county delegates. State delegates vote for statewide and federal candidates, like the governor and U.S. senators, while county delegates vote for state legislators, county elected officials, and other county officers. You can serve as both a state delegate and as a county delegate. Becoming a state delegate might be easier than you think, with a little preparation. Here are 5 things to remember when trying to be chosen as a state delegate. First, remember Caucus Night is March 22nd, and make sure you know your precinct number and caucus location. You can find your caucus location by calling your county clerk or elections office or visiting vote.utah.gov. Second, before the caucus meeting, ask 10 to 20 people to come to caucus and vote for you as a state delegate. As you reach out to your friends who live in your precinct, let them know you're running for state delegate and you want their support. Make sure they know the caucus date, time, and location. Third, on caucus night, arrive 10 minutes early. Then become a bit of a politician yourself and start shaking hands. Say hello to those you know and introduce yourself to those you don't. Tell everyone you're interested in being a state delegate and ask them for their support. Fourth, in order to be a delegate, someone has to nominate you. When nominations open, have a friend or your spouse nominate you as a state delegate. And fifth, once you've been nominated, you'll need to introduce yourself and explain why you want to serve as a state delegate. This can be as simple as stating your name and letting people know you support the party platform. Feel free to add other useful information like what you look for in a candidate. For example, conservatism, honesty, leadership ability, and experience. Keep your comments brief. Don't turn off voters by taking too long. Just make a good impression and ask for their support. Let's work together to ensure the voice of Utah's public employees is heard on Caucus Night and represented at the state convention.